Night comes. Shadows get long. The forest transforms into a realm of mystery and fear, where every rustle of leaves and snap of a twig can send shivers down your spine. The moon casts an eerie glow, illuminating the twisted branches and creating ghostly silhouettes that dance in the wind. A cold wind blows through the trees, whispering a name. It's a name that has been carried on the wind for centuries, a name that strikes fear into the hearts of those who hear it. The wind seems to carry with it the sorrow and anguish of a tormented soul, a soul that cannot find peace. La Llorona, the weeping woman. Her presence is felt in the stillness of the night, her cries echoing through the darkness. She is often seen near bodies of water, her figure shrouded in mist and mystery. Her sorrowful wails pierce the silence, a haunting reminder of her tragic tale. Her story, a scary mix of love, betrayal, and terrible sadness, has scared people in the Americas for hundreds of years. According to legend, La Llorona was once a beautiful woman named Maria, who fell deeply in love with a wealthy man. They had 2 children together, but their happiness was short-lived. Maria's lover betrayed her, leaving her for another woman. In a fit of rage and despair, Maria drowned her children in a river, only to realize the horror of her actions moments later. Overcome with grief, she took her own life, and her spirit has been wandering ever since, searching for her lost children. Told from parents to children, the story reminds us of the bad things that can hide inside us. It serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked emotions and the devastating consequences they can have. Parents use the story of La Llorona to teach their children about the importance of self-control and the need to think before acting. But La Llorona is more than just a story told around a campfire. She's a powerful symbol of fear and fascination. Her tale has been passed down through generations, evolving and adapting with each retelling. She embodies the universal themes of love, loss, and regret, making her story resonate with people from all walks of life. Her cries echoing through history, they serve as a reminder of the pain and suffering that can result from our actions. La Llorona's story is a testament to the enduring power of folklore and its ability to convey deep and meaningful lessons. As long as her tale is told, her spirit will continue to haunt the night, a spectral figure forever searching for redemption. La Llorona's story goes way back, mixing with old myths and history. Some say she comes from Mexico long ago, connected to Cihuacuatl, the Aztec goddess of birth and death. Others think she's the spirit of La Malinche, the native woman who helped Cortés, crying because the Aztec Empire fell. But the most common story tells of Maria, a beautiful woman who, crazy with jealousy and anger, drowned her own children after her lover left her. La Llorona is often seen as a ghost in a long white dress, her long dark hair hiding a face twisted in pain. This spectral figure is a haunting presence, drifting through the night with an air of sorrow that is palpable to anyone who encounters her. Her story is one of deep tragedy and unending grief, a tale that has been passed down through generations, each retelling adding to the chilling aura that surrounds her. The legend of La Llorona is not just a ghost story, it is a reflection of the human condition, a manifestation of the deepest sorrows and regrets that can plague a soul. Her eyes, red from crying, burn with sadness and rage. These eyes are windows to a tormented soul, revealing the depth of her anguish. They glow eerily in the dark, a beacon of her eternal suffering. Each tear she sheds is a testament to the pain she endures, a pain that seems to have no end. The sorrow in her eyes is matched only by the fury that burns within them, a rage directed at the world that has wronged her so deeply. Some say her dress is ripped and dirty, while others say it's perfectly white, flowing behind her like a ghostly sheet. This dichotomy in her appearance adds to the mystery and terror that surrounds her. The tattered dress symbolizes her broken spirit, a visual representation of the life she once had and the despair she now embodies. On the other hand, the pristine white dress represents the purity of her love for her children, a love that transcends even death. Whether seen as a figure of decay or one of ethereal beauty, La Llorona's presence is undeniably haunting. No matter the differences, one thing is always the same. Her scary cries of, "Ay, mis hijos! Oh, my children!" cut through the night, making everyone who hears them shiver. These cries are filled with an agony that is almost tangible, a mother's eternal lament for her lost children. The sound of her wails is said to be so chilling that it can freeze the blood in your veins, a cry that echoes through the night and lingers in the minds of those who hear it. Her voice carries the weight of her sorrow, a sorrow that has no end, and it serves as a grim reminder of the consequences of her actions. The legend of La Llorona is a powerful tale of love, loss, and the haunting grip of regret, a story that continues to captivate and terrify those who hear it. Forced to walk the earth for her terrible crime, La Llorona is always looking for her drowned children. She walks along rivers and streams, her cries echoing in the night, desperately hoping to find them. But she can't find them, and her punishment never ends. Filled with guilt and sadness, she's said to take any children who get too close to the water, thinking they're her own lost kids. La Llorona is felt most strongly near water. Rivers, lakes, and streams become her hunting grounds, her cries echoing across the water, louder in the darkness. Some think she's drawn to the water that looks like her own watery grave, while others say she looks for her children in it. Whatever the reason, La Llorona and water being connected makes the story even scarier, turning a place of life into a place of fear. Be careful near the water. Warnings and encounters. All over Latin America, parents use the story of La Llorona to scare their children, telling them to stay away from the water at night. There are many stories of people who say they've seen her, a quick flash of white, the sound of crying, or the scary cries of "Ay, mis hijos." These encounters, real or not, remind us how powerful the story is and how it touches our deepest fears. A famous icon, La Llorona in stories and more. La Llorona's story is more than just something people tell each other. It's part of Latin American books, music, and art. From poems to paintings, she's been shown in many ways, reflecting how cultures change. Her story is also in plays and movies, with many versions exploring guilt, revenge, and what happens because of what we do. The power of fear. Why La Llorona still scares us. Hundreds of years after the first time her story was told, La Llorona still fascinates and terrifies us. Her tale has been passed down through generations, whispered in hushed tones around campfires, and shared in the dim light of bedrooms. The legend of La Llorona, or the Weeping Woman, is deeply rooted in Latin American folklore, but its reach extends far beyond. It is a story that has transcended borders and cultures, becoming a universal symbol of sorrow and fear. Her story connects to our fears of loss, being alone, and the unknown. La Llorona is often depicted as a ghostly figure, wandering near bodies of water, crying out for her lost children. This image taps into our primal fears, the fear of losing loved ones, the fear of being abandoned, and the fear of the unknown lurking in the darkness. These are fears that are universal, transcending time and place, making La Llorona a figure that resonates with many. She shows what happens when feelings aren't controlled, warning us about how sadness and despair can destroy us. The story of La Llorona is a cautionary tale, reminding us of the destructive power of unchecked emotions. Her endless mourning and wandering serve as a stark warning of what can happen when grief and sorrow are allowed to consume us. It is a reminder that we must confront and manage our emotions lest they lead us down a path of destruction. But maybe most importantly, La Llorona shows the power of stories, how they can shape our fears, our beliefs, and our actions. Stories like that of La Llorona are powerful because they tap into our deepest fears and emotions. They are a way for us to process and understand the world around us. Through the story of La Llorona, we are reminded of the power of storytelling, how a simple tale can endure through time, influencing generations and cultures, how a simple story whispered in the dark can last through time in different cultures, its message echoing through generations. The legend of La Llorona is a testament to the enduring power of stories. It shows how a tale, once told, can take on a life of its own, spreading and evolving as it is passed down through the ages. It is a reminder that stories are not just entertainment. They are a way for us to connect with each other, to share our fears and our hopes, and to make sense of the world around us, its message echoing through generations. La Llorona's story is a haunting reminder of the power of fear and the importance of managing our emotions. It is a tale that continues to captivate and terrify, a story that will likely be told for many generations to come. As long as there are fears to be faced and emotions to be managed, the legend of La Llorona will continue to haunt us, reminding us of the power of stories and the enduring nature of our deepest fears. The end. La Llorona's timeless story of sadness and warning. La Llorona's story, told for generations, still scares us. Her sad cries remind us of the bad things that can be inside people and the lasting power of guilt and despair. Her story, a scary mix of legend and reality, will keep being told, reminding us that life is fragile, family is important, and fear is very powerful.